This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. I know that I talk a lot about January 6th and the insurrection, the attempted overthrow of the United States government, overturning a free and fair election. This anti-democratic contempt that is shown by conservatives and Republicans all over the country. It was a dangerous day. For me, it was akin to witnessing what took place on 9/11. The same emotions, the same anxieties. It imposed and created the same national trauma. Very similar. And I've talked about September 18th, the next rally. Justice for J6, they're calling it. Because they believe the people who attempted to overthrow our government and who are now arrested and on trial and cutting plea deals for themselves, they believe they are political prisoners. That their jihad against America is somehow some righteous crusade. And they're going to protest on September 18th, a couple Saturdays away. And the talk is to reconstruct the fence around the Capitol. And conservatives are angry about this because it's the people's house. It's so much the people's house to Republicans that they don't care about the storming of it. They don't care about the violent insurrection where feces was spread on the walls, where traitorous Confederate flags were traipsed through the United States Capitol. It's so much the people's house, they don't give a shit about that. But they don't want a fence around it to protect those inside. And right now, it looks like they're going to reconstruct the fence. I'm going to read from this article from The Hill. Police expect Capitol fencing reinstalled for September 18th rally. Police are expected to reinstall fencing around the Capitol building ahead of the September 18th rally amid fears of renewed violence, according to a source familiar with the request. The Associated Press reported earlier this month that far-right extremist groups such as the Oath Keepers and Proud Boys are slated to attend the rally next week, where demonstrators intend to call for justice, quote unquote, to those who face charges for storming the Capitol and interrupting Congress from certifying Joe Biden's 2020 presidential win. The Capitol building and Supreme Court's immediate streets are expected to be fenced off ahead of the rally, the AP first reported on Wednesday. Nearby congressional buildings, however, are not expected to get fencing along their perimeters. The AP noted that plans still have to be finalized, however. Lawmakers are expected to receive briefings about the security measures soon, the wire service noted. Following the January 6th insurrection, police installed protective fencing around the building for months, an ominous symbol that towered over residents and lawmakers alike. At least over 40 Republican lawmakers in February had sent a letter to Pelosi asking for the fencing to be removed. However, it was not until July when the last day of the remaining fencing was taken down. Law enforcement agencies have noted that they are on high alert ahead of the September rally. Quote, "We are monitoring September 18th and are planning accordingly. After January 6th, we made department-wide changes to the way we gather and share intelligence internally and externally. I am confident the work we are doing now will make sure our officers have what they need to keep everyone safe," Chief Tom Manger told The Hill in a statement last week. So that is where we are. We now live in a country where violent white supremacist insurrectionists, cult members of the Donald Trump religion, are threatening to again overthrow the government, to protest the failed overthrow of the government. They want the prisoners released, the political prisoners. They are a terrorist organization. And because they are, we have to construct a giant monstrosity of a fence to protect members of Congress, staff members of those Congress people, and visitors to the Capitol. what is happening. And they protest. Rather than get on board with protecting everybody in the Capitol, Republicans complain. Because January 6th wasn't a violent insurrection. It was a happy family reunion. It was a normal tourist event. People died. But they failed. Joe Biden's election was certified. Donald Trump did lose the election by a lot. And all of their whining and sniveling and complaining is falling on deaf ears all across the country when reasonable people see them for who they are. Cowards, sinister, stupid, ignorant, unpatriotic, grifters and charlatans whose only duty is to please Donald Trump and salve his wounds and caress his ego. What do you think, though? I would love to hear. You can leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. I sure do appreciate you guys. I'd love it if you'd connect with me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on the social media. Anyway, I'd love it if you would help support my work. You can become a channel member here. You can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. All of those are great and viable ways to help produce my work. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you next time. And until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.